doing a stream. Hopefully we get some people popping in here. I know it's late. I just put the kids to sleep. So, well, I spent several hours making that video I posted today. And honestly, I swear I never get the reward for putting in lots of effort in videos. Like if I like, one thing I've learned about YouTube is if I put in minimal effort, usually those videos do the best. Like seriously, my most minimal effort videos do the best, and I continuously am learning the hard way. I mean, maybe the video I made today pops off tomorrow, or it's the fact that I was so late to the party. But anyways, alas, we're here. It's good to be doing a stream, casual, just talking about whatever, guys. Just talking about whatever. Right now, I'm nervous. I haven't really. I sold a lot this season, but I also could have sold a lot more. And I have a lot of cards that are gem mint that are duplicates that I don't need. I'm just like, dude, this is the peak market. But guys, we're still seeing cards selling for new highs. I don't know. I feel like people are taking a breather and they're going to jump back in. And I don't know. There's this part of me that's afraid that selling now would leave out so much potential gains in the future. Like, I've already graded the cards. I already went through the whole thing, and I got tons of 10s back. So I'm like, dude, just wait. Just be patient. But, like, that market we just saw, that we're still in, really, is the market you want to sell in. So, I don't know. I'm feeling paranoid. But, yo, Turtle, what's good? Garrett, what's good? Don't spam the chat, Garrett. Marvel, yo, oh, man. Bro, just do you. It will always work best. You know, I'm trying to just do me. Also, I almost never wear hats, but tonight I was just like, dude, I don't care. I'm not worried about my hair tonight. I'm just going to put a hat on. I like the second to last video a lot for some reason. Yeah, the sheet one, the fake sheet. I got so many, like, I got a lot of great feedback from that one, but additionally I got, a couple comments that were like, it's fake, like clickbait. And I'm like, dude, how is it clickbait if I'm saying several times in the video that I think the sheet is probably not real? But what if it was real? How life-changing would a sheet of first edition Charizards be? Like, absolutely life-changing. It would be so hard to even part with something like that, though. Empire of Nostalgia, do you regret having so many high-end grails? You know what's funny? Actually, I kind of regret that I've been buying so much Modern lately to grade and for my PC because I'm like, dude, you've already been through this. Like, you're going to end up reverting back to Vintage, so why are you even wasting time and money on Modern? But Modern has more opportunity. Vintage has opportunity, but you have to be one of those people that's just flipping cards. Because if you want to keep that stuff, there's no opportunity because you're never going to sell it. So I don't regret my Vintage. I actually feel better about my Vintage pickups than anything. Like, those cards have held and continue rising value, and they don't take up any space. They don't take up any brain space. Like, Modern is like a spider web of thought, like I'm thinking like, well, I could send this and it'll PSA 10. Well, I'll sell these raw. Well, like my cost on this was so cheap. I might as well put this up for an auction. Like I'm trying to do way too much. And with Vintage, I would just buy a nice card. I would post a video showing you guys a really nice card that I just got. That would get a lot of views, by the way. Like me showing my grails brings in a lot of views. And that's pretty cool because I'm one of very few people that does videos showing what grail cards they're picking up. And I haven't done one in a while. Yeah, no, I don't regret my Vintage cards at all. BT Mo, yo dog. Chad, yo yo. Yeah. What are you guys thinking about? What are you guys thinking about this Gloria Team Rocket set? Like, when is it officially releasing again? What is the actual day that this drops? Because, like, no one even cares about Journey, and it just came out. We're already talking about, Destin Rivals. When does that drop, though? I definitely want to know what you guys are thinking about that. I like collection show-offs, tell stories about that stuff. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Like when I show those cards, the problem was in the past, it just felt like, dude, nobody can relate with this because nobody is going to spend this kind of money on these cards, right? At least with vintage, if they spend that kind of money, they're getting a PSA 10, right? Nobody's trying to spend $1,000 plus for a PSA 9 vintage card, right? But the problem is now, what I was spending a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, those cards are like cheap now, right? Someone just DM'd me like tonight and said that Gold Star Rayquaza, someone just refused 25,000 for theirs for a 9. Like, dude, once the price of these cards gets to a certain point, I'm seriously going to be questioning why I still own them. It's going to be tough. But that's something that I thought about for a long time. I just didn't realize that the prices were going to jump up so quick. It's fast money if you sell, but I'm a real one if I don't sell. And like, I care about that, right? I care about the street cred of owning nice cards. I'm like, dude, don't sell. Don't sell. If you sell, you're a sellout like the rest of those guys. You can't do that. LOLK, how we doing? Lulk. David, April 18th. Appreciate that. So April 18th, Destin Rivals drops. Whoa, guys. Whoa. Right around the corner. Well, I think that's like the pre-orders. Kids love the shiny stuff to me. That's why Modern's always good to keep. Like, I have so many duplicate Modern PSA 10 SIRs, and I'm just like, dude, sell these now. But there's that part of me that's like, if these age well at all, they're gonna keep rising, and there's no pressure, my guy. Like, you already are doing well. There's no pressure. But at the same time, if I sell them now, I might be able to hook people up with those cards, and it won't feel like I'm like ripping people off. Like, that's the thing. Like, I like the idea of grading a card, getting a 10, selling it in the current market. Someone's happy to get a 10. It's a win-win. But when you're selling a PSA 10 and it's costing thousands of dollars, someone is not winning. Someone is losing there. So there's definitely an ethical side of it. I'm not saying I'm the most ethical person in the world, but like, I try to be. I think about that stuff. Will this DR set, BT, will this DR set live up to all the hype? You know, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of the trainer cards. I already talked about that in the video today. I think the Mewtwo is phenomenal. Moltres is okay. Some people really like the Moltres. I'm not as huge of a fan of that card. The Nidoking crushed it. The Mewtwo, in my opinion, still pretty good. Kind of crushed it. The Crobat definitely crushed it. Those are my big cards, honestly. I think my favorites are definitely in Glory of Team Rocket half. I think the Heatwave Arena cards let me down a little bit, and you can't judge the set off of just the other one half, but like, I don't know. It's a good set. It's a good set overall, I think. You know, we can't have it all. We can't have such high standards that Pokemon can't meet them, right? I think I'm pretty happy with the set overall. I've already told you guys I'm kind of out on sealed at the moment, and unless I can get a really good deal, there's no point. But there's singles everywhere. And one thing I've learned, like, there's no Salamence from Journey Together on eBay right now that are in good condition. I was buying right after the set dropped, and I have a lot of clean copies, guys. I've got a couple here that are near mint and very, very clean, but they're all off center. These are the ones that I'm probably not going to send to PSA. But I have about 24 right now, and then there's like 7 right there. So I think I have 31 copies right now that are here. I'm waiting for, I think, another 15, and then I'm done, right? Because I honestly feel like you can find some of the best copies in the very beginning. After that, people are playing, they're using it in tournaments competitively. You know, they sit around too long, they get whacked around in binders, they go in and out of shops and trading hands. I think it's actually kind of smart to buy these cards after they drop, and you just average down a little bit, and then you stop. This is what I'm going to do for every set because I'm already done with Journey Together. I mean, I might buy a couple more Articuno, a couple more Wailord, but same thing I'm going to do with Destin Rivals. Nidoking, I'm going to be hammering that card. The Mewtwo, I'm going to focus on that last, but the Nidoking and the Crobat, I will be hammering both of those because I really want those in 10s. Yeah, the bots are pretty bad. Mike, Marvel, I think it's literally the definition of mid, in my opinion. Like, it's mid if you mean, like, mid-level, right? But I still think it's better than what people are saying it is. I really do. There's some nice cards. That Mewtwo SAR was a major flop. Test Tube card is way better. I knew people were going to feel that way. I still like the Mewtwo card. I still think it's pretty dope. I actually like that he's like kind of looking down on you with that perspective. We haven't seen something like that yet. So I think, you know, give it some time. I think that card's going to age really, really well. Salad ass, how we doing tonight? I hope everybody is well. Rarely have a little drinky drink, but today was a good day. We're not drinking to cope. We're drinking because it was a damn good day. The weather was fine. Springtime. I planted a bunch of lilies in the front yard. Aspen was playing in the backyard. We were pushing her around in a little like go-kart car. I got the yards done. I got the front yard done. I got the backyard done. Did some weed whacking. Did some hedge trimming. Guys, I love this time of year. Like, I definitely get seasonal depression, and this time of the year is just, it's peak. So it's a good day, guys. Cheers to all you guys. I don't normally drink on streams, but I'm having one drink. Cheers to everybody out there. Japanese version hits April 18th. English, May 28th. Yeah, that seemed... Yeah, I figured that much because I know things wouldn't be leaked unless they were right on the horizon. Okay, May 28th, plenty of time. I have plenty of time to be ready for that. By May 28th, I will have all of my current cards sent off to PSA, most likely. I'm really excited for my return, my last submission return. Patriot Jedi, how we doing tonight? Good to see you're in here. Turtle, I really like the Team Rocket SIRs. The IRs are mid, in my honest opinion. Yeah, I think the SIRs are good. In this case, it's funny because we've put so much emphasis the past couple weeks, months, on the IR rares and how valuable they were, and they were all exploding. And now you're seeing that shift back into the SIRs where, like, nah, the IRs are mid, the SIRs are fire. So I think they're doing it right with this set. The Kangaskhan was random. The Orbeetle seemed kind of random. Yeah. And the Clamperl was also, like, low-key kind of random, too, thrown in there. Like, why was Clamperl thrown in there? And I feel like Clamperl... Was Clamperl in Team Rocket Returns? Maybe it was. Heat Wave is kind of mid. Yeah. Yeah, no, for sure. And, like, Pokemon fans love to hate. Especially us more modern, relevant fans, we love to hate. But, like, it's going to be solid. Pedro's, no, Glory of Team Rocket. Jake Zapala, turning down $25K for Gold Star Rain and 9 is wild. I turned down $15K for mine last month. Yeah, dude, 25 is like, dude, what are you doing? Turn down 25. Find a 10. Buy a 10. I would much rather own a 10 for 60, 50 grand, whatever, even though I don't even think you can get a 10 for that much. I honestly think people are holding out for like 80, 90, 100 grand for a 10. And I definitely would. Gold Star Rayquaza, PSA 10. Everybody knows about it. The market's already blown up, so it doesn't matter talking about it. That card is like one of my ultimate grail cards. That's Friday. Wait. Yeah, no, for the Japanese set. How high do you think the Mario Pikachu will go? Almost a 10K card. Mike, I'm not a huge fan of the Poncho Pikachus. I find them to be super mid. Like, I really don't think they're that great. I do like the Rayquaza ones, the Shiny Ray and the regular Ray Ponchos. I would maybe cop those, but that was when they were like $2,000, $2,500, right? Like now, people asking, like, dude, me and a couple close friends think this is really cooked. Like, we think people are really, really cooked, and we're all wondering, like, what are we doing? Like, we should all be selling a lot of our stuff right now. Because where is all this money coming from, guys? Where the is all this money coming from? Where is it coming from? Like, I know there's a lot of people collecting, but how consistent will they be? How disciplined will they be to continue their collecting journey? You know, is this going to be a fad where they jump in and jump out? There's a lot of factors at play here, and it's not unique to bubbles we've had in the past. So it's really, really hard to say. I just can't believe the ponchos are getting that expensive. Meltsy one, nothing wrong with selling some that you feel like you can part with. Imagine all the other cards you could get if you sold some of the crazy ones you have. No, for sure. For sure. I mean, a lot of, like, not even that crazy, but, like, all my 151 duplicate Gem Mint SIRs, like, I got, like, 5 Blastoise, 5 Zapdos, 2 Pikachus, 2 Giovannis, and a couple others that I have duplicates of, several of, and 9, but that I haven't even listed. There's so much stuff that's sitting in my briefcase that's graded that I haven't listed that I planned on selling, but then I got it back from PSA and I was like, oh, these are so nice. I can't do it, but I should. I should definitely. TR Thrash, just watch your video ranking Destin Rivals cards. I'm biased, but the Mewtwo is the best because he looks like a gangster, and I'm digging the fuck out of it. Dude, I agree. I think the Mewtwo is kind of gangster. I think the proportions of the body and the head are kind of weird, but it is what it is. Pedro's Destin Rivals will probably be a top SV set when it's all over. For sure. For sure. I do still feel like the Salamence, I'm sorry guys, but the Salamence, why doesn't anybody like the Salamence? Can someone please explain to me why no one really likes the Salamence that much? I seem to be like smoking crack over here, crazy about the Salamence. By the way, an auction ended tonight. It was $830, guys, for the Salamence. $830. That card should have dropped. It should already be $600. There was a recent sold of $700. Now $830, right back up. What's going on there? I don't know. But the 10 is doing numbers and speaking for itself. And that's also a great reason why to buy them raw. I will admit, dude, that card is going to be tough to grade. There are so many that are just chewed up. It's going to be tough. Like, I don't even think I want to shop on eBay for any more. I felt confident in the beginning, but now I'm kind of sketched out by buying raw ones. But I still think the price is good if you're buying them for a binder or you don't care if it gets a PSA 9 or 10. $100 is still great. Like a bond, long term is always more beneficial, especially if you have move it around like that. Steve Beats. Question, do you think the Amazing Rares from Sword and Shield are underrated? I really like them. I like the Amazing Rares. Problem is there's so many of them and we all love them, and there were a million of them graded and there's so many PSA 10s available. That's the problem with Amazing Rares. If Amazing Rares had a super low like gem rate, like if those cards were extremely hard to get graded, like how they printed them was just a catastrophe, right? And there were only a few of them that could grade 10, then it would be a super valuable card. Problem is, they made them with great quality, and they grade very easily. I thought about grading mine, and then I was like, dude, there's so many on the market. I'll never sell this. But I do love them. Pedro, 151 is goated. I thought that 151 was the best. I've been someone to say 151 is the best we're going to get in all of Scarlet and Violet. I still think 151 might hold the crown overall. But I'm going to say, like, Journey Together and Surging Sparks both have really, really good illustration rares and SIRs. It's going to be close, right? And Paldean Fates has the Bubble Mew, which I still don't own that card. I don't know why I've waited so long to buy that card. I keep talking about it. It keeps going up in price. It's pissing me off. But I got to get that one. Dude, it's close, dude. Scarlet Violet has shocked me. It has surprised me. It has been so much better than what I expected it would be in the end. And, you know, they had all this planned. Pokemon, they know what they're doing. So I'm confident next block is going to be a banger. It's going to be a good time, even if I don't like megas. I don't even like the Crobat, and I like that one. Like, I'm not a huge Crobat fan, but like, dude, yeah, that one's fire. Actually, that's a lie. I like Crobat. Yeah, top SV main set, for sure, for sure. I mean, yeah, if 151 is special, Paldean Fates is special, the only competition would honestly be Scarlet Violet base, which is crazy. Because, like, nobody cared about Scarlet Violet base. Scarlet Violet base was, like, the trash. It was, like, you wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. Dude, this whole year is just, like, it's been wild, man. Like, not even just, like, 2025, but like, the couple months leading up to the new year, like, you could feel things getting kind of crazy. I should have known better, man. Scarlet Violet base, I liked that set. I could have bought so much of that set. We all could have bought more of that set. And I bought a lot of it. I think I have 9 or 10 cases or maybe more. But Scarlet Violet base was dope. Where do we rank Destin Rivals? I think it's probably the best main set. I'm going to say because of the Nidoking. Oh, man, I really like the Latias EX. Surging Sparks had a Pikachu with a big butt. And it had a lot of good IR rares. And it had the Latias EX. Twilight Masquerade had the Greninja. I feel like people are easy to forget that one. Greninja was a big deal. But Greninja's not all that great. That card, I have it. It's not all that great. Paradox Rift. Paldea Evolved. Paldea Evolved was kind of the top one for a while. People were saying that was the number one for a while. I do think Destin Rivals, because it is a Team Rocket themed set, will be number one. I think you're going to win whether you're buying sealed, singles. I just think it's going to be hard with sealed. Even if they make a lot of it, I think it's going to be hard in the beginning. NL, Berglov, do you like Oddish? Oddish is okay. I mean, I don't mind Oddish. I mean, he reminds me of the bulbs that I was planning today. So, yeah, Oddish is cool. I feel like Oddish is like every gardener's dream Pokemon. You know what I'm saying? Like Oddish, Gloom, Vileplume. The Yanmega SIR actually looks pretty good. Yanmega, yeah. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan on that one. But, hey, everybody's allowed to have their opinion. That's what makes this hobby so great. Lil Taco, I agree with your take in the video. I'm not a fan of the humans and all the artwork. Right? I don't know. I feel like I'm just always whining. I feel like people get the idea that, like, Orion complains way too much. But you should, right? You should. We shouldn't be super complacent with every set. We should continuously be critical of it. And help each other out. Help each other to navigate this hobby. Like, should we all be buying this? Is this really, like, worth it? You know, I don't know. Like, there's this part of me that really likes the newer set coming out, Destin Rivals, and Surging Sparks, like, trying to catch up with that, trying to catch up with Journey Together. Like, it's so hard to keep up. But there's another part of me that's like, dude, what about Blaine's Charizard? I thought we talked about this, Orion. Like, I got I got, you know, the Angel and the Devil. And the Angel is like, dude, the Modern is so affordable, man. Come on, don't spend all your money on Vintage. And then the Devil's like, dude, the Vintage is where it's at. Like, come on, what are you doing, you idiot? Like, we've been through this, man. Like, you know you're never going to feel unique with all of these Modern cards. Like, everybody has them, right? And on one hand, you know, the good guy, the angel on my shoulder is like, oh, come on, man. Everybody has them. They're great. We can all share our affinity and our appreciation for these cards. And then the Devil's like, no, I don't want to be like everybody else. I want to have something that other people don't have. But, you know, I get those clashing opinions in my head all the time, and it's tough. It's tough. Pedro's, I'm not even interested in any singles, really. I'm saving up for the Mega Lucario set. Okay. Marvel, I got the Destin ETB and PC ETB and call it a wrap. Ayub, what's your opinion about tariffs? Tariffs are, I'm not too worried about them right now. The thing with Pokemon cards is like I'm not buying them from across the world. I'm buying them here. So it doesn't affect me all that much. Title fight. Yo, Ryan, glad I made a live stream. I usually end up watching it the next day. Yo, what's good, Title? How we doing? Pedros, I have Destin Rivals PC, ETB, and Booster Box pre-ordered, so I'm good. Screw you guys. I don't know how you guys get the pre-order. Like, I honestly don't. Like, who has time to get these pre-orders? I'm just jealous. But also, like, I'm not willing to sit on a screen and wait. I can't do it. I'll just take my chances. I'll take my chances. Cheers, guys. Aeon of Byzantium. Aeon of Byzantium. Good job on your gold stars. Bless. I appreciate you. But we're not done. I bought Gold Star Celebi when it was 830. It was literally creased on the corner. I don't know how they gave these cards a 9 with a crease, but I have to rebuy that card, which sucks because it's literally triple what I bought it for now, like, or twice as much easily at the least. And then I need Gold Star Umbreon, which I passed up for 6,200. I'm never gonna get over it, guys. I sent 5,700 and I was like, come on, dude, that's a lot of money for a non-holo. Come on. And then someone bought it for 6,200 and I just thought, dude, why didn't you just offer him what he wanted? I'm so hell-bent on negotiating and getting a deal that it's probably one of my worst qualities as a buyer sometimes, right? I do get some really good deals, but also I need to know when to fold my hand. And I'm super stubborn. And I don't like people forcing my hand on buying stuff, but that's the reality of this hobby. If you don't, someone will. I hope this new 60-day PSA... Yeah, so... Yeah, PSA, dude. Let's talk about PSA. I mean, is grading worth it when you're waiting this long for cards? They're raising prices. They're trying to slow the demand. They're trying to slow the volume. Honey Badger don't care. Honey Badger Orion don't care. Honey Badger Orion is just going to keep submitting cards no matter how much they just beat me down with a stick with 8s and 9s. I'm going to keep submitting cards because, guys, I have waited too long to start grading, and I'm not going to make the mistake of not grading throughout the highs and lows. I'm just going to keep grading, see what happens. Turnaround could be tough, though. Turnaround could be tough. It isn't 4 months, 60 days. Okay, well, I hope so. I hope so. Gabriel Primo, do a backflip if you're human. All right, well, I'm going to try. Was that believable? Did that look like a backflip? Because in my head, it was definitely a backflip. Oh, man. Jones, it's my birthday. Happy birthday. Go to sleep. Clan Pearl is super dude, right? Dude, the Pearl is super random. Beautiful. Random. Sleep deprived. Isn't Pokemon for kids? Originally, it was made for kids. And then the adults got into it. And then it all went downhill from there. No, I mean, dude, look at any TCG. They were all for kids. They were all to capitalize off of childhood and parents needing to spend money on their kids. But look at us now. Look at us degenerates now. So no, it is for degenerate adults. That is who is it for. That's who's it's for. That's who it's for. I can't talk right now. Literally haven't even finished this drink. Can't talk. Rebecca Shearer. I was really hoping for an Ampharos. Dude, right? Dude, Team Rocket returns. Ampharos. What the are you doing, Pokemon? There's so much they could have done there. And the Dragonite, I mean, dude, if we talk about the Pokemon they're missing, it's going to be bad, right? Arbok should have never been in Obsidian Flames. It should have been in Destin Rivals or in Ekans. Jesse and James cards, where are they at? Why wasn't that capitalized? We'll never know. We'll never know. And they have something really good coming down the pipeline. Otherwise, they would have used those Pokemon. So they're already planning out the next year of sets. So there's stuff that we don't know, and we're going to find out why those cards weren't in there. There's a reason for it, though, I'm sure. But yeah, shout out to Rebecca for picking a great Pokemon that should have been in there. Awesome. Found a prismatic in the wild today, boys. Woot! I watched somebody open like $300, $400 with a prismatic on Instagram, and they got nothing. And I just thought, I'm so glad I'm not like that anymore. Like, I miss it, but I don't, right? And the only set that I do think is worth opening, again, is 151, which I never finished like I said I was going to. Shame on me. But if I find it MSRP, I will continue opening it for y'all. I will never sit on a sealed 151 product until I've pulled every single card. Which leads me to my next assumption. I'll never pull that Nidoking from Destin Rivals, so I might as well just buy a lot of them. Crap, what was I going to say? Oh, I forgot what I was going to say about being a degenerate. I don't know. Some guy. Nothing wrong with gay. Damn right. Damn right. Little J. There's custom ponchos for like $2. Much more worth it. Oh, man. I love me some custom cards. Pokepocky Cosmos. How we doing? Nice mustache. Do you drive a van? And give free candy. Hey, man. That was low. That was a low blow, man. I'll let it slide this time. I'm gonna put you in timeout the next time you pull that. Okay. Turtle. Pokemon popularity over art. Yeah. Rebecca. I pulled the Salamence. I think it's much better in person. I think people haven't seen that card in person. When they do and they see the texture and how it jumps off of the trees and the mountain and the sunset, yeah, it's beautiful. Salamence might drive up Journey together, just give it time to cook. Melton 1, Pokemon is so overpriced right now. I just don't see it staying like this forever. Eventually, people are going to burn out. I am just sitting on my hands with modern singles. Vintage 5 to 9 is all I buy right now. I feel like this is what happens. Modern explodes. The shift goes to vintage. Vintage retraces. This cycle starts back up again. Everything stays quiet for a while. The new block will drop. The first set will be huge, but then it will fall flat. The next couple sets will continue falling flat. And then again, in the final last sets, I've only been around a while, guys, but I'm pretty confident I know how this is going to go moving forward. Evo line in 151 is untouchable in my opinion. That is really good, man. No other set has that. So, true. Calvin, any cards to look out for right now, man? Y'all can chime in on that. I mean, I think any like decent priced SIR in these newer sets or illustration rare raw, I think is a good pickup. I know that's vague, but it really depends on your preference, right? Otherwise, Salamence. Buy the Salamence. Okay, I'm done pumping Salamence. Give me the loot. I'm praying for Destin Rivals availability like Journey together. Destin Rivals has Mewtwo, Garchomp, Ho-Oh, Misty, Ethan, etc. Yeah, I know. I literally already forgot about the Ho-Oh. The Garchomp is pretty good too, but the Ho-Oh I think is a bigger card. I'm glad they fit Ho-Oh in there. I wish that Ethan wasn't a part of it, but it is what it is. I'm not crying about it. I bought my first Legendary Beast, First Ed Raikou, PSA. Dude, nice. Since the boom, I felt like I should not have bought it. Do you think 800 was a good deal? It's really clean. If the market stays the way it's at, people told me I was crazy when I bought my gold stars. So as long as the market stays where it's at, you're fine. obviously I'm not going to be that guy that's like, I paid 300 for my copy. Like, who cares? It's a different market. People are going to like, where you save money on one card, you overspend on another. Like, it's honestly, I feel like it balances out. The more you collect, there's always other cards you're missing out on that are also rising. Jay, I love the Miriam from SV1. That comic manga style with the panels, dithering dots. I bought it peak hype because I thought there people were into the art and didn't know about the waifu thing yet. I thought the Miriam was going to be big too. Melty one. Modern is cool if you can get it. If you can get singles for a decent price, vintage feels way more fun of a fun conversation when showing a card you have. I'm honestly, the problem is, like, now I want to shift back into vintage. The problem is a lot of those vintage cards now are also just way out of the price range I need them to be in. For example, the first edition Neo Genesis Lugia that I'm like really hype about right now, though I really want to pick that one up. That card has a pretty high population. It's honestly not that rare in a PSA 9. Why are people asking 5,000 for it? Yes, it is a Grail-esque card, but there's a lot of them out there, and they all have print lines. It's kind of weird. I don't think it's sustainable. Like yes, vintage is up. Win. Yay, we're celebrating. At the same time, I'm going to be real with you guys. I've been the biggest, like, lover of vintage for the past couple years when everyone was talking about modern. Which I still appreciate, but y'all know I don't like it the same way. But I'm telling you right now, my honest opinion, this is not sustainable and it will not last. And I even think if I were to buy the Lugia, I would probably end up regretting it. So, and that's one of my biggest fears, is paying thousands of dollars for one of these Grail cards during this market and getting burned on it. Steve, hot takes, your longer videos are your best videos. Just straight passionate word vomit about the hobby. Dude, I really appreciate that. One of the hardest things for me is to really keep it short. It's obvious even in my streams that I go off on tangents, and I'm getting better and better about it, but I have really bad ADD. Hey man, how's your week been going? Dude, week's been going really good. Like I said, today has been a day spent outside with the family. We're gardening and stuff. I did waste 3 hours editing that video that I posted today, which I'm happy with it, but I'm also like, dude, you could have made the same video, made the same points, and not done all that editing and added the images in there. People already know what you're talking about for the most part. But I really am trying to step it up. I'm trying to get better with editing, but it just seems like my audience, you guys, know that I'm not good at that stuff and really just don't care whether I do it or not. But yeah, I'm trying to make the videos shorter, but they may never get short. I've been saying that since I started YouTube, like years back. Oh man, I can't even see what's going on. Guys, please don't muck up my chat, please. A few more drinks, and I bet you could do that backflip. Oh man, you guys are killing me. You guys are killing me right now. Trevis, are your parents proud of you? You know, I would say when it came to first starting in this hobby and like doing YouTube, also AM, PM, Pokemon, I appreciate you for that donate. Yo, seriously, I appreciate that. It does help a lot. It makes me feel like my time is actually valued. But at the end of the day, these streams are for fun. What was I gonna say? Are my parents proud of me? They're extremely proud of me. I can say that straight up. I have 2 beautiful children, a beautiful partner. I have pretty much no debt. I'm running a great business. Life is good right now. I'm not getting into trouble, but my parents, when it comes to this part of my life, were a little bit skeptical and a little bit worried that I was going to go down a rabbit hole and lose all my shit. You know, like, they're really worried about it because a lot of this stuff is expensive, and I've explained to them that, you know, this $10,000 card is easily a $20,000 card. Like, I don't believe that I got it this cheap. Like, this card is super rare, mom and dad, blah, blah, blah. And they're just like, all right, Orion, I hope you're doing the right thing. Like, you've got a family, you know, you've got this business, but the business can change at any moment. You could lose everything. Just be very careful. And I've just stuck with it, and it's gone really well. So yeah, they are proud of me. Great question. Gee, Lord. Oh, man. People getting into fights over here. Nate L., how we doing? Steve, by the way, I would wait on that first head. The car is way overpriced at the moment. Car last year was going for $1,700. It will go down. Stay goal focused. You're doing too much. Love your channel. Don't ever give up. You have one of the sickest collections I've ever seen. This can buy the new baby one diaper. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yo, seriously, that means a lot. Nate, always look forward to your videos. Thanks for all the great content. Yo, I really appreciate that, Nate. Thank you. Melty1, dude, I dreamed that my channel would hit a point where I could just randomly do streams and people would show up. I could just make videos and not worry about if they're good or not. People will watch them. And I don't mean to just pump out content, but at the same time, like, I'm in a place where I'm very comfortable with how this channel's doing. I don't need to ever blow up. I'm very happy with how things are going. And I feel like the bigger you get on YouTube, there's more pressure. You start changing the way you think and talk because you're worried about everybody looking at you talk. Me, dude, that's another thing. You can't call me. You can't call me apparently while I'm doing a stream because it messes up. So that was not pleasant. Okay, is the mic back? The mic should be back. Yeah, I mean, it may never go back to being the same, my guy. Pick a Jack, you are a beaut. Thank you. Calvin Patel, have y'all hit any Target restocks this week? Chat, I have not been to Target in a minute. Audio cut, mic is down. Can't hear. Muted, mic's back. You're back. Tay, MC, I appreciate you. You're back. Nate, fixed. Yes, okay. Whew, we are all good. We are all good, guys. We're back, and I'm even caught up to the chat. Yo, Baron Smith, how we doing tonight? Appreciate you popping out for the stream. We do these every week on Wednesday nights. If you have any questions about the hobby or any concerns or just stuff that pisses you off or just spit, vent. That's what we're here for. We're all here to vent about the hobby, talk about stuff. I usually find these streams a lot more productive than just doing openings. Also, right now, as you guys can imagine, Pokemon products hard to find. So, BT, you're lucky, Ryan. You have good parents. My mom and dad weren't very helpful in my quest to be a well-adjusted adult. I will admit, my parents weren't around that much. Like, and I don't hold it against them. I feel like I'm doing the same thing now as an adult. My parents were and are workaholics. People wonder why I call my mom and dad by their names, Ruth and Paul. They're always asking me, why do you refer to your parents that way? Because my parents have been my bosses ever since I can remember, right? I've done all these other side hustles in my life, made my own money, but I've always had to help my dad working on properties, repairing stuff on rooftops, painting. I don't like doing that stuff. I want to be as far away from that as possible. And now we run a bar together, but my mom still calls a lot of the shots. Like, she decides if an event is going to happen or not. Meanwhile, I'm like an owner, but with more of a silent voice, right? I'm the face of the bar, but like ultimately, I have a great relationship with my parents. Let's get that clear. But at the end of the day, we also have a very business-like relationship. And guys, I'm not saying it's a bad thing overall. I love my parents. We spend a lot of quality time together, work together, but we also are always arguing about work-related stuff, and we have a lot of disagreements, a lot of generational disagreements. Um, I think the bar should be run a certain way. My parents think the bar should be run a certain way. I'm always in there. They're not. It can be really tough, but I'm very lucky to have both of them. I don't know if you guys remember, but early on in the channel, I said I thought I was going to lose my mom. She had a blown kidney, and she went on dialysis for several months. She has since gotten a transplant. Her body is accepting it. She has another surgery tomorrow, but overall things have been going well, and that really shook up my life. You know, Aspen, we had a very like near death experience with Aspen when we were in Mexico. That was trauma. Then we had our second kid. That was a whole scary thing. I mean, just it's been a lot, man. And then this year we had every single possible thing with our house go wrong. So I know I'm just ranting about life, but right now, guys, I'm the happiest. My life is the smoothest and most comfortable it's ever been. And I know it's not going to stay like this forever, but yeah. But yeah, I am lucky. I am lucky for sure. I am super grateful too. What's the news on the new house? I knew that was coming. I have been talking about buying a new house since what? August, September 2024. So I said that I thought I would have it done by like December or January. Well, we're now in April and we have not bought that new house yet. Now, we do have a lot of money saved up. We could easily buy a house if we wanted to, but I want to have enough money to give us a cushion and put 20% down so that we don't pay private mortgage insurance. That's really, really important to me to beat PMI. Also, the housing market is right now it's retracing. Charlotte, there's a ton of houses going up for sale. We now have options. We didn't have options before. It was like, this went up, we have to buy it quick. It's gone. So it's going really well right now. I mean, Diana, if you want to come in here and speak on this, like we're also super picky. So it's not like I see a house, I'm like, I like this house. This looks like a good value. And then Diana is like, no, it doesn't have a big enough kitchen. Or, you know, the backyard won't work for having 2 or 3 kids. I really don't care where we live, to be honest. I'm upset my local dollar stores are selling product to the game shop owner before they even hit the shelf. He bought all the prismatic tins from several locations. Ooh, that's tough. Baron, heck yeah, man. Excellent. I'm excellent. Thank you for asking. My 11-year-old daughter and I are collectors, and I just happened to notice your collection behind you. Currently working on the BMW. The BMW listening? Oh, currently working on your BMW listening. What kind of Beamer are we working on? I love BMWs, and I also hate them, but I love them more than I hate them. Slippery Bogle, how many rounds do you think you could last versus Hitmonchan? Dude, I love questions like that. Slippery Bogle for the win. I think I probably would last like 2 or 3 rounds. I'm gonna be honest, because Hitmonchan's gonna hit you with that haymaker. He's mostly fists. I don't know how evasive I would be, but I'm gonna guess like 2 or 3 rounds with Hitmonchan, and then I'd probably be like completely destroyed. Nate, I think to be fair, they should have to at least put it on the shelf. They keep it in the back for him, and then they say he didn't get anything in. Manager told me exactly what was going down. Yeah, that's shiesty.